Uh-oh. Sound like I hear somebody. But here I go again at Barnes Cemetery. I hear somebody. I hope nobody don't disturb me this time, because last time lady came out and asked me what was I doing here. All right, Barnes Cemetery, West Ocala. Finna go in and see who we have here. Now, it's gotta be a lot of prominent people out here. Let's go and take a look around. It's pretty big. My phone battery is at 90%, so I should have. Oh, there go some people across the street over there. I hope they don't bother me because I parked the road. But we finna check it out and see who all over here. Now I know over in that area over there they got a family. I think that's the Conley family, but we gonna find out when we get over there. I'm gonna start over here, and way back there in the center over there they have a lot of kids, a lot of babies and stuff that had done passed away. We're gonna look at the dates and stuff when these children had done passed, and we finna see who all families out here. Now I'm gonna say I'm walking towards the west, so the east is that way, so all the headstones should be facing the east, and we might find some that's facing the west. So here we have the Gordon F. Thrash, born March 28th, 1933, passed away January the 4th, 1977. Okay, 1977 was a good year. And so that means that Jordan F was, let me see, 33, 43, 53, 63, 73. So he was about 44 years old. Died a young man. I wonder what he died from. We'll have to look him up. And apparently he may have been married to Kitty Thrash Eaton. I don't know. Maybe Kitty Thrash is probably a sister, because the last name is Eaton, so she probably got married to an Eaton, or was married to Gordon, because Gordon died in 1977, and she passed away in 1992. Now, she could have remarried, but she probably already paid for the plot already. Her and Gordon probably paid for the plot already, and so she just is buried here. Because the family is buried here, the Thrash family. As we can see, we have a Gordon Lee up here, and we're finna go to him. So this Gordon was born in 1933, and this Gordon, Mr. Gordon Lee, was born in 1906. Now, he was born in 1906, died in 1991. Trudeau P. was born August the 3rd, 1910, and passed away in 1986. And this is the Thrash family. So if they was a married couple, that means that Miss Trudeau passed away about 5 years before her husband Gordon did, which would probably be the parents of Gordon F. Thrash. Okay. Now, we have the Garrisons over here. We have Violet S. Garrison, which was born October 4th, passed away 1909. And born October 4th, 1909, passed away September 28th, 1990. So it looks like she had lived to be a good, let me see, probably about a good 80, probably about almost 80 years old. And she probably was married to Mr. Dean H. Garrison. Mr. Dean H. Garrison, born February 16, 1912, passed away July the 10th, 1956. So he passed away in 1956. His wife passed away in 1990. And being that they was born in 1909, I don't think that she remarried. No metal detecting here. No metal detecting here. No, I'm not. I don't have any metal detecting. But what I am doing, since I'm gonna find a grave and people request for me to come and do family look up their families because they're out of town. That's what I'm doing. So, and then a lot of these cemeteries is not online. Nobody did videos to them, so I'm doing videos for them. Roy G., born May 8th, 1931, passed away March 25th, 2015. Married to E. Dolores, who was born August 11th, 1932, passed away June 7th, 2022. So she passed away. Do you find a grave? Yes, I do find a grave. I'm honestly on Find a Grave. Just contact me there. I'm in Marion County, so I do all of Marion County. If anybody need me to go and look up a cemetery or something, yes, I will do that for you. So this is the Willards. The Willards, so it looked like he had done passed away. Roy passed away 2015. She passed away 2022. So they look like 7 years apart. So yeah, she lived 7 years afterwards, and they probably already had their little, plots already paid for. And next door to them, they have their neighbors, Mr. James Braddock, born July the 24th, 1936, and it looked like he's still alive. But his wife, she had done passed away this year, February this year. Miss Thelma Ruth, she was born July the 11th, 1932, passed away February the 20th, 2025. So, and yeah, you can kind of, let me see, we have something right here. This Miss Thelma right here, I guess they had this here. I don't know why they would have this here, but it says the same thing, that she was born July 11th, 1932, and she had died February 20th, 2025 at age 92. So for my video, when I do the video, I'm going to make sure I have that on there as well. So we can do a good video once I do the video. I'm going live now so I can download. And I'm kind of going quick because last time I had some people came out here and they was trying to run me from out of here. So I guess they didn't like me being out here and asked me what was I doing out here. And I'm like, this is a public cemetery and I can't go to a public cemetery. But I'm out here now. Mosley. And if she come again, I'm going to call the police on her this time. I'm recording, going live. I'm going to have her on live too. And I'm a recorder. And I'm going to embarrass her. OB, August 27th, 1935. Born, died September 6th, 2020. Now, I keep saying died. And I'm going to say died because he was pretty old. So he might have had some health problems. He was married to Melanie. And I might be saying the name wrong. But July the 3rd, 1937, she was born, which is 2 years after her husband was born. And she passed in March 21st, 2012, which was 8 years before her husband had done passed away. So I got to get back so I can do a good picture for Find a Grave. I don't think that this cemetery is on Find a Grave, so I'm going to put it on Find a Grave. Because a lot of these cemeteries that I go to are not on Find a Grave. So I'm going to be the one to put the cemeteries that's not online. Do you find a grave? Yes, I do. So we're going to start right here with Haley Jean. I ain't trying to mess you up. Haley Jean Marshall. February 11, 1987. Passed away March 7, 2003. We're going to look these people up. Now, 1987, this person here was kind of young. 1987, 1997, 2007, 2017. Wait a minute. 1987, 1997. Oh, wow. This person here, 13, 14, 15, it was a teenager. I wonder how she had done passed. Haley Jean, I got to find out how Haley Jean passed as a teenager. Here in Ocala, Florida, is where she's buried at Barnes Cemetery. And I'm going to look up and see how Miss Haley had done passed away so we can do a video and honor her. Hollis W., November 12th, 1928, passed away October 19th, 2003. Lived a good life, pretty long life. And looked like was married to Runges K., born December 12th, 1933, and still alive. Last name Marshall. Okay, so we got the Marshall family here. Now she's still alive. She was born in 1933. Now I know she's not 100 yet, because I think my granddaddy was born in 1931, and he passed away in 2022, I believe, and he was like what? He was like in his 80s or something. But she hitting there now. Here we go. Catherine Corner. Oh yeah, now see Corner lady right here. They family way on over there. That's the Corner family way over there, and I don't know why they have her way on over here. This is like out of place here. April 20th, 1905. And then now she was born in April on the 20th, and she passed April 24th, 1993. I'm quite sure that her family was like, golly, she passed right after her birthday, 4 days after her birthday. They probably had a birthday party for her and everything, and she had done passed away right after they had that birthday party for her. That's what I'm gonna assume. Now, this right here headstone is like real close to both of them. They're real close together. Now, I know it ain't no headstones that's I mean, I know it ain't no caskets in between. Here, let me see how, because these ain't no babies now. This here, Claire Raymond, was born January 12th, 1916, passed away August 5th, 1977. So lived a pretty good life, and that was a whole adult right there. So for them to be this here close, I don't know. But Margaret E.R.N. I don't know what RN stand for. Maybe registered nurse. I don't know. Have to get close up so I can get a good picture for Find the Grave when I do my Find the Grave. December 13, 1921, February the 9th, 1967, passed away. So I say about what, 40 something years old she was? I don't know. I'm not good with math. So I'm just saying they dying pretty young. And this cemetery have a lot of young people that done passed out here at this cemetery, at Barnes Cemetery. Charles Curtis Connor. There go another Connor. PHM, I don't know what PHM stands for. U.S. Navy, World War I, May 23rd, 1899. He was born, passed away October 21st, 1980. 1980. I was a little kid in 1980. I don't know if this is a headstone that's facing the west. Let me see. No. I think this is saying that this is the Gibson's little cul-de-sac. But I don't see no Gibsons nowhere around. I don't see no Gibsons nowhere around. But they got the Gibsons right there now. But I don't see no Gibsons nowhere around. We got well, then again, Margaret probably be a Gibson because it ain't got no last name there. And then we got Claire Raymond. I don't know if that Raymond is a middle name or not. I don't know. But we gonna find out though when I lit these people up. But in the meantime, we got the corners right here. We got two corners right here. And like I said, the Corner family is way on over there. I don't know why they got these over here separated. But here we go here. Another military. I don't know if these people was veterans or what, but we got William Olin Cameron, U.S. Army, World War II, December 15, 1925. He was born, passed away July 28, 1994. Now, this headstone don't have PVT, which is private something, which means that he was low in rank. That's what I was told at another cemetery, the other cemetery that I had just left from, about, they was educating me on these military and what they mean. William J. Nicole Jr., 1927-2008. Okay, I'm doing close-ups on these here, so when I get on Find the Grave, because I don't think Barnes Cemetery is on Find the Grave. I didn't see it on Find the Grave, but I'm doing it. So Laura E., 1893 to 1984. Gosh, lived a long time. Let me see, that's 84 years plus 7. Oh yeah, about 90-something years. So she lived a good life. Let me see how long her husband lived. William J., 1891 to 1967. These people lived a long time, and she lived almost 20 years after her husband. But he was born in 1891. She was born in 1893. So they lived a pretty good long time. I wonder what they ate. They probably was into eating healthy foods or whatnot. Let me go and do these last little two over here. We got Joyce C. Cannon. Joyce Joyce S. Cannon, March 24th, 1931. February 3rd, 1963 is when she passed. So that means that she died pretty young. And being that she got a cross on the thing, she might was Christian, but let's see, 1931 to 19, look like she was about what, 32 years old? She passed away at 32 years old. And maybe Mr. Lester is her husband, Lester N. Cannon. Virginia, it says. I don't know if he was stationed in the military out of Virginia. I don't know, but PVT, meaning private, I believe. Co K 10 QM. Then we got the TNG REGT. I don't know what this mean on this here plaque. On this here headstone. But we got October the 7th, 1909. He was born and passed away February the 3rd, 1963. So lived pretty good. No, he didn't live that long. I don't think he was about 50 something. Probably in the early 50s. But here we go now. We got an infant son of Daisy C. Wells, departed May 5th, 1939. That's telling me that this probably was a stillborn. And yeah, I think he was stillborn. It don't even have a death date, but it just say May 5th, 1939. So they just let me know that probably was born and died on the same day. And I don't think that I can look the baby up because the baby ain't gonna be on social media nowhere, quite sure. But here we got let me see, what they last name? These are the Halls. Hall, Hall. All right, I'm at Barnes Cemetery in Ocala, Florida, West Ocala. And we are doing for Find a Grave. I'm on Find a Grave. And I'm doing the cemeteries that are online that people have not done videos on. So I'm the one to do the videos. I'm that man. Bruce B. March 24th, 1937. He was born. Passed away January 29th, 2006. So, I don't know how long, what the age is. I'm not good with math. So I would like to know the age of these people, but I can't calculate math that fast in my head like that. So that's something that I have to do later on when I do the video. BJ, Billie Jean, March 23rd, 1932. July 13, 2013. My granddaddy was born in 1932, and I think a grandmother of mine, she was born in 1932 as well. And they both had done passed along. They could have still been here now because my grandma, she's still here. And she was married to my granddad, and she's still doing good. So they still could have been here. But it'd have been a big difference. I probably wouldn't have been up here doing what I'm doing now if my grandma was still alive. Paul Michael Barstow. I think I'm pronouncing that name right. July the 4th, 1966 to 1995, December the 3rd. Well, it don't look like he lived that long. So we're going to say 66, 76, 86, 96. So this dude here died 29 years old, look like. Father Paul E and mother BJ. So yeah, he lived a pretty short life. And I wonder what happened to him. I'm gonna have to look him up. But he probably don't be on social media either because we haven't started getting on social media until after the year 2000, and he died in 1995. A lot of these cemeteries, they don't even have the people that was back then. They don't have them on social media. Not even on the websites. Mother Edna Simpson Sadler Smith. Now, when I see stuff like this, a name like this, I'm thinking that she probably done been married about 2 or 3 times. Because we got Edna Simpson Sadler Smith. I'm just saying, because women names don't usually be that long. But I'm just saying she probably was married about 2 or 3 times. But nevertheless, she was born May 25th, 1912. She passed away September 19th, 2012. Now, that means, let me see, 1912 to 20. That's 100 years old. This lady lived to be 100 years. Yeah, she was married. She was married about 2 or 3 times. Yeah, she was. She lived to be 100 years old. You go. She did that. Yeah, I done did William. She did that. She lived. Yeah, she was married. I figured that. A lady with that many names. Now here come another Saddler. We got Joyce Ann Saddler. Now I'm trying to hurry up because it's dark and it's December the 25th, 2025. And after 5 p.m. and it's close about around 5:10, 5:15 when I came out here. But I'm trying to hurry up before the dark coming. I'm at a cemetery, and it'd be nice to be out here at a cemetery, but I'm gonna keep it moving. Joyce Ann Saddler, March 26, 1933. She passed away April 21st, 1995. A lot of people was born out here in the 1930s. Asleep in Jesus. We got I'm gonna have to move this here back. John David Saddler, October 28, 1934, passed away March 13, 2002. Now I got to step back because when I do the I'm on Find a Grave, and I'm gonna be putting this on Find a Grave because I don't think this cemetery, I don't know, it probably is, but we need some personal gravestones because just the cemetery ain't gonna do it. Father Henry H. Saddler. This is Saddler family. This is Saddler neighborhood. August the 20th, 1907. Passed away August 13, 1977. And now 1977 was a good year. That was a good year. And that means that this man lived to be 70 years old, which is not bad. That's not bad. He was a father, see. I'm quite sure he was a grandfather and probably a great-grandfather too. Now, who we have here? I got to go a little fast now. I'm stepping on some graves now, so that's what I do because I got to get a good picture. John A. Hall, September the 1st, 1940. And only lived one day. Passed away a day later, September the 2nd, 1940. One day. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? And look how big the grave is. Like you got a whole casket that big for a little old baby, an infant who passed away at one day. And so they spent a lot of money. Now this person right here had to be real loved. This baby was real loved because you got to buy the casket. I'm quite sure they had a funeral and everything. All that right there for a baby that was born one day. Could you imagine looking at a casket at a funeral of a child that's one day years old? I wonder what was going through the minds of the people. Or did they have a funeral? I'm not for sure. I don't know these people. France Schmitz. Now, there we go again. Me and my spelling. Schmitz. I'm going to do my best now. January 21st, 1863 to November 22nd, 1942. Okay. 1863 to 1942. This person had to live about a good 70-something years old. I'm not good with math. I'm just calculating, just throwing numbers out there. Now, I don't know what this is. This have to be this got to be a grave, a headstone, but look at the area. We got a little tree there. See? I don't know. Because it's out of place. Yeah, it's out of place now. And look like something else was right there. But see, this is an old cemetery. This is Barnes Cemetery. And I got to go pretty fast because last time I had some people coming out here trying to run me from up out of here. But I'm going to do my best because I'm going to find a grave. And I got to do this for the people. Ella P. Saddler. Now, here's some more Saddler. Now, see, this is the Saddler neighborhood because you got them Saddlers back there. But this is the Saddler neighborhood. This Miss Ella P. Saddler. She was born May 25th, 1890. And she passed away February 24th, 1978. So you do the math. And I think you're going to come up like, what, 78? And then we got 90. So you about, what, 88? I think she was about 88 years old. So she did good. Now check this name out right here. Mr. Lonnie Saddler. Lonnie is a good name. Lonnie means to get away. That's what that name means, to get away. Born February the 10th, 1889. Passed away March 6th, 1956. So here we go again. We got somebody else that lived about a good 70. You know, as long as they live about a good 70, you know, that's pretty good. We can go with that. But we don't like to see the babies and stuff. And the children, and those that died one day old. Just one day they only lived. Now, we got old Mr. Snooks here. Well, Snooks, I don't know if this is a woman or a man, but it's a Weltha. Weltha spelled W-E-L-T-H-A, Weltha, Jean, Teens, T-E-M-E-S. Now, born June 3rd, 1912, passed away July the 7th, 1938. So just imagine, had a birthday in June, the next month they passed away. Now here's something, died the same time, look at here, as the mama. The only difference is that the baby here died in June of 1938 and the mama died in July, a month later in 1938. Matter of fact, no, not even a month later. This woman, this baby here was born June the 30th, died June the 30th, and she died a week later. A week later. And I think that's the mama. Died a week later after her baby died. Now, see, y'all gotta wrap my head around stuff like this. I gotta wrap my head around stuff like this. Cause see, I be looking at dates and stuff. Look at this baby here. Now, this is the brother or the sister. This is the sister of baby girl Teens right here. Now, here it is. William Teens had done passed away, was born August the 12th, 1910, passed away August 19, 1977. Now, Williams lived 60-some years, but it seems like, look at here, the baby, D. Dolores Teens, died February 21st, 1930, and died a month later, no, about a month, we're going to say about 2 weeks later. March the 5th, 1930. Okay, 2 weeks later, this baby only lived for 2 weeks, and then here we go. They tried again. Before that, her sister only lived 2 weeks. So, what was it that was killing these children, killing these babies? Now I got to go back this way because we done skipped some graves. And I don't want to skip nobody. Let me see. I think we done John Hall. Yeah, we did John Hall. Because see, look at John Hall. John Hall only lived 1 day. These children out here was living 1 day, 2 days, 2 weeks. We talking about, we out here at Barnes Cemetery in Ocala, Florida. We have here Mr. William T. They called him Bill. Nickname was Bill. William T. Harville, born December 5th, 1902, passed away February 20th, 1983. Okay, so from what we just witnessed, this is good. This is good because we just saw some that was born 1 day, only lived 1 day. We saw some that only lived 2 days. We saw some that only lived 2 weeks. We saw some sisters and brothers where the parents tried again and they tried again, and the kids just kept dying. See, but we got to look at the dates and stuff and what was going on back in those days where the kids wasn't even surviving. We're going to keep it moving right along because it's getting dark out here. Corinne Redding Harville, January the 1st, 1912, passed away September 24th, 1988. Now, this last name, Redding, we're going to see a lot of Reddings out here. Reddings and Connors out here at Barnes Cemetery. And we're going to do our best to honor. See, we're in the Reddings neighborhood, I think. Yeah, we're in the Reddings neighborhood. All these Reddings up in here. So we got Luther C. Reddings, November 3rd, 1906. Passed away September 28th, 1982. So it looked like he lived about a good 70-some years. So we good with the Reddings family. The Reddings family did good. They survived. But the Teens family over there, nah, they wasn't surviving. I don't know what was going on. Was it in the DNA? Was it in the genes? But they babies wasn't surviving. But now, the Reddings are doing a little bit of good. We got Herbert Lee here. Now, we're going to see up Herbert Lee Redding. You go to Redding right there. So Herbert Lee was born June 16, 1904, passed away March 27, 1979. So there we go again, another 70-something years old, and I think that he was married to Pearl Elizabeth Pearl Elizabeth. I wonder did they pronounce her full name Pearl Elizabeth or just called her Pearl. But April the 4th, 1909, and passed away February 16, 2007. Now, here we go. Now, Pearl here, she was born 5 years after her husband. Her husband died in 1979. She passed away over 30-something years later. I wonder if she got remarried. I don't think so, because she probably was old when he had done passed away. Yeah, I think she was old when he had done passed away. I'm not for sure now, but I think about stuff like that. You know, when people keep living after their husband or wife done passed away and they done lived 30 years after that, I wonder did they remarry or have a girlfriend or boyfriend on the side or something other, but they already done paid for the plot. So they're going to, you know, it's paid for. Their address is paid for. And that's where they're going to get buried at. S. Walter, born 1919, passed away 2009. Married to Eleanor E., which was born 1923, passed away in 2018. Okay, so let me see, 19 and so he was 4 years older than her, and he passed away 9 years before she did. So that was a pretty good one right there. Yeah, I'm quite sure they lived a pretty good life together. They had time to spend. But there we go. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, Ray here, Mr. Ray, he called his name Samuel, born 1975. So that means that he should be about 50 years old right now. Still living, Mr. Ray. And he already paid for his wife's plot as well. So their address is already paid for, and that's what we do. We don't want to have to go to GoFundMe and be begging for somebody to help us bury ourselves. Look at these people. They got themselves together. Look at the ballers. The baller is Michael Aura, born 1970, and his wife also Barbara. She was born 1970. Look at here. We got young people who got themselves together. You won't see them on GoFundMe asking and begging for money to help bury them when they pass away. They got themselves together at a young age. See, these people about in their early 50s, and they got themselves together. Yeah. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Now, I don't know if y'all ever seen this kind, but I've seen them in loving memory. And they got a whole bunch of people. So I think, let me see. Let me go a little closer. Carrie Elaine Doan Mitchell. Born November 12th, 1957, died November 25th, 2013. You know, that's something when people die the same year that their birthday. Well, at least she lived to see a birthday. I'm quite sure they throw the birthday party for her, and she passed right after that. A lot of people do that. Right when they have a birthday, they pass away. Now, I don't know if all of them is buried here in this same little spot. Laura Doan Rigdon. And then what? Born September 13, 1953, passed away November 30th, 2000. So that means she was about, 47 years old when she had passed away, pretty young. Then we got Mark A. Rigdon, August 4th, 1956 to January 8th, 2000. Now check that out. In this same spot, in the same year, you got two family members, probably brothers and sisters, who passed away. 10 months apart? 10 months apart, 2000, the year 2000, one in January and one in November. And here it is, they having two funerals in the same year. Imagine burying two family members in the same year. Now we got Gerald A. Doan, which was born in 1932 and passed away December 26, 2011. March 9th, 1932 to December 26, 2011. Also is buried here. Now, I don't know if these are ashes that they have here, because it's a whole bunch of them that's going here, because some of them ain't even dead yet. Like Mary Redding. I don't know if y'all can see that, but Mary Redding Doan, born October 8, 1932, still living. Kenneth Gregory Redding Sr., born December 31st, 1936, passed away October 1970. So, person been out here for a long time. You can tell that this right here probably been upgraded. A family member done came across some money or whatever, and so they all on probably was buried here. Now this here, like, I can lay down. I ain't that long, but I know 6 people ain't gonna be buried here, so I'm thinking that it's some ashes. They all probably got cremated, and this is where they reside at, saving them some money. See, all that spending money for this plot and that plot and this address and that address and this, no, everybody just get buried in the same spot. Save yourself some money. Save yourself some money. Everybody live together at the same address. Wait a minute. Somebody said something. Somebody said, hey, Ziggy Marley. Ziggy Marley might be some kin to Bob Marley. You might, hey, I don't know now. But how you doing, Ziggy? Noli F, November 11, 1908 to September 14, 1964. Now, here we go with the Redding family again. You know, they lived a long time, so they took care of themselves. They had some good genes, the Redding family. And his wife, Carrie Shaw, October 16, 1912, August the 9th, 1997. They passed away a long time ago now, but, you know, the people out here, and you know what, Mr. Noli, at the foot of his grave, at the foot of his grave here, it lets me know that he was in the military. And he was a private, private 621 QM Depot CO, World War II. Now, I'm just putting out what I'm reading because I don't know military language like that. So somebody tell me later on what these things mean. If not, I'm going to look them up. So when I do the video, I'll be accurate. Iris Ann Redding, September 28, 1948 to March 29th, 1999. So that means what? She'd only lived to be almost 50 years old. Yeah, I think about almost 50 years old or 51, something like that. I'm not good with math now, so don't quote me on it now. I'm trying to hurry up because it's getting dark out here, and I don't want to be at the cemetery when it's dark. But if I have to, I will. Raymond L. Redding. See, the whole Redding family, the Redding family had done just took over this cemetery. At Barnes Cemetery, it's a lot of Reddings out here. And I might have to come back out here and do a part 2 because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be out here in this phone. But June the 4th, 1902 to February 15, 1964. So what he lived to be 60, about 62 years old. Pretty good compared to what we've been seeing out here. Because see those over there, they was passing away at 1 day old, 2 days old. We had 2 weeks old. You know, and the parents tried again, and they still, all the children just was just dying. I don't know what was going on with them. Cora F. Redding, September the 7th, 1878, and passed away February the 4th, 1964. So lived a pretty long time now. Down right there, she lived about what? Almost 90-something years old? I don't know. I'm just calculating, throwing something out there because I'm trying to hurry up and get through with this here. Now, this one right here, Samuel L. Redding. They go to the Reddings, boy. I'm in the Reddings neighborhood. It says, born February 27, 1871, died November 22nd, 1935. But thine be done. Now, let's go, because see, we about to get into the meat. I want to get into the meat of the cemetery, but I have to do everybody. I have to make sure I got everybody. I don't want to miss out on nobody. I see, then their family might contact me on Find the Grave and say, hey, you need to go back there and get my family member. They over there by such and such. So we got Ernest Clyde Blair here. It says Florida. Let me make sure you can see it good. Private 18, ACFT, look like aircraft sector, World War I. September 23rd, 1895, he was born, and he passed away September 25th, 1965. All righty. And he also was in the war. And look at this symbol. Check out the symbol. Now, I don't know what this symbol is, but we're going to have to look it up and let Alexa tell us what that symbol means. But it looked kind of scary to me. But here we go with Edith Aura Blair, August 20th, 1898. Died January 26th, 1987. Okay. Oh, they lived a long time. What is it? Let me see, probably about 90 years. Okay. Old Robert here. So now we got Robert Samuel Blair, U.S. Navy, World War II, May the 20th, 1920, and died June 25th, 1996. Okay, and over here, we got, trying to go fast as I could. I wish I had more time where I can speak my mind and say what I want to say, but I can't because I got to hurry up and keep it moving because it's getting dark. Anelia M. Blair, December 16, 1923, and passed away October 5th, 1993. Lived a pretty good time, so it's not much that I want to, keep on. Now, let's take a look at this here bench. Now, these things represent something. I don't know, but I'm just feminine, so I can ask Alexa what it means. Now, look what all we got to do. Now, did I do Ruby Taylor? I don't know if I did Ruby Taylor or not. Ruby Taylor, June the 2nd, 1906, died August 24th, 2002. And it says grandma. And over here, we got Oscar James Taylor, born 1900 and died in 1945. So he was just 45 years old. 45 years old, such a young man. But not younger than that crew over there. Oh boy. Let me see who I want to do. God, it's getting dark. I'm gonna have to come back another day. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back another day. It's getting too dark and we ain't gonna be able to see. All right, so we got the Riggle, married August the 20th, 1950. So they got married August 20th in 1950. And Gaither Hayne, November 25th, 1929. Died May the 1st, 2020. She died 3 years before he did. Margaret Barnes, born April 21st, 1930, and passed away December the 7th, 2017. Now, they got married in 1950. So I don't know how old they was when they got married. All I know is he was born in 1929. She was born a year later in 1930. And yeah, my math ain't that good. And I can't calculate right now because it's getting dark out here and my vision ain't that good. Now, they buried homeboy right here by a tree. They buried him by a tree. And they say when you bury somebody by a tree, that means something. J.C. Little, father of W.H. Little, 1829 to 1920. See, when they were born back in 1829 and died in the early 1900s like that, they always have like the father of who and the mother of, like that on their headstones. But things have changed now, and we do things a little different. Now, here we go. We got Walter Usher. Look how small this is. Now, we know that's a little baby right there. Stillborn, had to be a stillborn. 1927 is all they got with a little lamb. Now, look at here. We got little Jack Usher. Now these are brothers and sisters. Also, 1932 to 1933, only lived 1 year. Now, this one here didn't live a year. Then we got, that's Walter. Then we got his brother. His brother only lived 1 year. And then we come over here and we have another brother that only lived 2 years, from 1937 to 1939, probably a year and a half. We don't know. But he didn't live a year. His brother didn't live nothing but 1 year. Turn around, another brother only lived for a year and a half. And then we got another brother here who only lived for 1 year. Billy Usher. Look at that. Okay, so now this got to be the daddy. This got to be the jet. John K. Usher Sr., TSDT, U.S. Vietnam, December 8, 1939 to November 15, 1990. See, no. Now, guess what? This one right here was born in 1939, just like That one was born in 1939. So that means that this was the only one that survived. This was the only brother who survived out of all of them. Imagine a mother and a father, and you're having kids, and all of them just dying within a year. All your children dying. And the only one that survived, now you done had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boys, and only one survived. Yeah, we got to do a story about that one. That's a good book. Imagine what the mom and daddy was going through. Now, see, I'm only going to do this here side because I'm gonna have to come back and do the other side and do a part 2 because it's too dark out here and I shouldn't have came out here this late. I started not to, but and I'm about to go because I don't think I'm gonna be able to do all these. It's getting too dark and I barely can see. I ain't even got my glasses. Joseph Usher Sr., Florida, private BTROY. I don't know what BTROY mean, but BTROY B26 RTY CAC. World War I, January 20th, 1894. He was born, passed away October 22nd, 1971. Was married to Bertha Jones. Now she's an usher. She married into the Usher family. So she was born in 1901 and passed away, December 21st, 1901, and passed away November 11, 1998. She passed away in 1998. He passed away in 1971. All right. Now, James Charles Usher. See, I'm in the Usher neighborhood. James Charles Usher, November 19th, 1970, January 1st, 2012 is when he passed away. So that means, 30, 40, he was about 42 years old when he had done passed away. Yeah, James C., he was born in 1970. This one here was born in 1935. So he had to be the daddy. He got to be the daddy of him. And this man here must have liked it fishing and hunting and all that because he got a deer and it also have a fish on his head, on his headstone. And the daddy here was probably a part of the Masons or whatever. I don't know what that symbol is, but his name, James C. Usher Sr., February 14, 1935, and passed away March 17, 2013. Now, here we go. We got the father who passed away a year after his son. Son passed away January at the beginning of 2012. And then a year later, you got the father passed away in 2013. Boy, imagine that family. They were just burying them. Every year seemed like they burying somebody. Imagine being in a family like that. I remember my family, we went a long time before we buried somebody. It's like nobody wasn't dying in our family at one time. We went like some years and nobody wasn't dying. But now you go out here to the cemetery and you just see how family members just be dying year after year. You got parents out here trying to have babies and all children just dying. Ain't even past 2 years old. You think that the parents would be depressed or going through some type of something because their children had done died and they can't keep a child. The children was born, they just couldn't stay alive. What was going on? Robert, I think they say Robert the First or Senior, Robert I Senior, January the 1st, 1930, and passed away March 19, 2018. But married to D. Jean, who was born January 20th, 1937, and still alive. Okay. But right here next to him, we got Mr. Raymond L. Usher. They call him Iron Leg. Iron Leg. So he must have had a leg amputated and had a false leg or something for them to call him Iron Leg. I don't know why else they would call him Iron Leg. That's his nickname. But February 23rd, 1957, he was born, and he passed away November 13, 1988. So I don't know if this man was in the military. I don't know if he had diabetes or something, but he didn't live that long because, see, he was born in 1957 and died in 1988. That's what, 31 years? He was 31 years old? Yeah. Oh, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 31 years old. So I don't know. That's too young to be passing that. Now, here we got somebody else by a tree. Now, we know when they put them by a tree and they got a bench there too. So I don't know why they did that, but that means something. I don't know. Maybe this tree is part of them or something. I don't know. But Charles Moore McAuley Jr., the 1st of November 1939, and died the 19th of September 2021. So it wasn't long ago that he just left the earth, being with us. Now, there's somebody else right here by the tree too. And here's another one. We got E.W., which they called the Red, or him Red. And I think we're going to say him, called him Red. E.W. Chandler, born November 3rd, 1900. June 14th, 1966 is when he passed away. So he passed away at 66 years old. Now imagine, now I know in my days, back in the 90s and the 80s, we had a lot of Reds, you know, call them Red. But I ain't know they were calling them Red back then in the 1900s, early 1900s, nicknaming them Red. Come on, Red. You know, we got Black. You know, someone called Black, someone called Red. Depends on, you know, what color he is. Now here come a dude here that last name is Weeks. Look like maybe they like to playing golf or something. I don't know. But we got Christine, who was born October the 3rd, 1933, passed away September 24th, good life. And Harold A., December 7, 1925, and died October 29th, 2021. Wait a minute. Now, ain't that something? You got the wife who passed away in September the 24th. And a month later, her husband passed away. A month later. And then it says loving parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents. Imagine you got your mama pass, and then a month later, your daddy passed. Imagine just having a funeral, and then you got to have I'm talking about for your mama. Just done buried your mama, had a funeral for your mama, and then a month later you got to bury your dad and have a funeral for your daddy. I mean, just it's funny how the dice is rolled. You know, the hand that we was dealt with. Tony, nickname Tony, James A. Weeks, born November 28, 1951. Died June 23rd, 1986. Now, here we go again. 1951, 61, 71, 81. So this one here was only 35 years old? Died at 35 years old, Mr. Tony. Now, see, it's stuff like this that I like to look up and see if any news articles saying how they had them passed away. I like to look up because I know he didn't have a social media, because in 1986 we wasn't on social media, so I can't look and see if he had a social media. But unless anybody that passed away from 2010 on up, and in my mind I'd be like, they had a social media, so I kind of look and see what they last post was on social media and stuff like that in the Weeks. I'm over here in the Weeks neighborhood. April 23rd, 1953 to September 29th, 2013. Okay, so we looking at a good 50-something years, which is still young. Okay, now we got Jennifer Christine Weeks. Jennifer Christine Weeks, probably the sister, March 14th, 1972 to June the 3rd, 2019. Okay, boy, they was burying people like every year in the Weeks family. Oh, it's dark out here, and I don't do cemeteries in the dark, but I'm way in the back too. I'm way back here. What's this? You know what? This got to be a child, because they got toys and stuff like that. So, you know, when they have the flowers and stuff all in the front right there, I can't see it, but what I'm going to have to do, because I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to have to do this for the picture, because I'm going to find the grave. Oh, shit. Look like a snake. Damn. Okay, see, that's what I don't like that. Well, anyway, we got the Stein, Mark R., September 5th, 1954, and passed away September 24th. On the same month of his birthday, like a lot of people. 2021. Okay, but at least he lived about, let me see. I don't know, did he live about 40-something years? 40-something years. That's Mark, and I guess he was married to Nancy K., who was born Make sure y'all can see this. If it ain't blurry, I hope it ain't blurry. Look like it's blurry. Probably because it's nighttime. July the 16th, 1956. She's still living. She's still living. And which she should be. She should be. But they got a boat. Maybe he liked to ride in boats and stuff. But let me go and put this here back where they had it in front. Okay. Because that's how they had it. So I'm going to have to come out here another day. Because it's dark. I'm way out here in the back. And I'm out here at a cemetery at night. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy, look at this cemetery. Now I'm at Barnes Cemetery and you probably can't see. Y'all probably can't see because I'm walking fast. But what's this? I'm trying to hold it as steady as I can. Okay. Right here, we got Cecil Richard Sr., September the 7th, 1942 to June 9th, 2015. Loving husband, father, and grandfather. So look at that picture. Ain't that a nice one? It got Lake Davis. See it where it say Lake Davis? Lake Davis. And then his wife, she's still alive. They got married May the 14th, 1965. But her name, and you probably can look up, she probably on social media somewhere, Lucy Margaret, October 15, 1942. And look at that. God, they got these tombstones. I don't know if y'all can see or not, but I keep on saying I got to get up out of here, and I got to get up out of here because I got a long walk. A long walk. And I'm going to have to come and do Barnes Cemetery another day, probably tomorrow or probably Sunday, and do a part 2. But at this cemetery, they have a lot of children and a lot of babies out here. And when you look at the date of these babies and when they was born and when they had them passed away and what was going on during those times, you know, during the war, maybe they was putting something in the food or in the water that the women couldn't carry their babies and the babies didn't live long. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to get up out of here. See these little things right here? I'll be able to come back when we can see. It got dark real quick. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was a baptism thing or something. I don't know. But I probably have to look it up. Matter of fact, let me do this here and I can ask Alexa. What is that? Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm walking back to my car. See all this here? They got a lot of room out here. A lot of room at Barnes. You get nothing because can't nobody know anybody can be buried out here. But that family over there, I got to go over here and just see what the name of this here family so I can look this family up. I know I said I'm gonna get up out of here, and I am. At a cemetery at night. Me. Oh yeah, this the Counts family. Yeah, this the Counts family. Michael Counts. Yep. It's August 17th. Charles 1935 still alive. Yep. The Counts family out here at Barnes Cemetery. Now all these right here are, I believe, and it's gonna say like to read them, but I can't read them in the dark. Yeah. And all these here is the Counts family. Oh my God. Look at that. Somebody texting me. Oh boy. I got to get from up out of here. Yeah. All right, you guys. I will be doing part 2 in a daytime. That way I probably do a whole video. So this one here had to be shortened because I came out after 5 o'clock. You know what? I want to know who this family was too while I'm walking back to the car. To see what all families out here at Barnes Cemetery. This is the Woods family. And this here is another, the Reddings. Now, we know we did the Reddings, and they way over there. You know, the Reddings, they all spaced out at this here cemetery. I don't know why they don't put the families together. Yeah, Dorothy Redding. Okay, the Redding family. Okay. I just want to see who all I have to look up while I'm out here. Yep, they go to Reddings again. Who is this? This is Edith Marion Sanders Viles, Voyles, born March 31st, 1928, passed away October 30th, 2008. And yeah, got a lot of writing. And it says her daughters are Sharon, Sharan, Sharon Diane Stevens, and Marianne Blaha, Blaha. Son-in-law, Michael Blaha. Granddaughter, Anna Blaha, Blaha. So it's letting us know, or letting me know who all I can look up. And maybe I can see the face of this lady, Miss Edith, and how she looked in her little story. Grandparents, Reuben Henry Redding Sr. and Jesse McCone, McConn Redding. Mother, Pansy Lee, Pansy, Pansy, Lee Redding. Sanders, Britt Jordan. Sisters, Pansy, Virginia. Sanders, Johns. Father, Richard Jasper Sanders. Brother, Bobby Joe Sanders. Yeah, we're going to have to look at this one here in the daytime. But this is a big old cemetery. A lot of room out here. But I don't think just no anybody can be out here. And it's dark. And I can't be out here either. So we're going to wrap this up. And until next time, y'all have a good one.